You've heard these words: I have to work according to my passion, or maybe other words: we have to work according to our passion so that we are happy, or maybe there is something like this: you have to pursue what is your passion. Maybe these sentences are familiar to us. It could also be that we even include people who often firmly say that. Actually, there is nothing wrong with those sentences, as long as we know the meaning of the word fashion correctly. And the most important thing is that we are willing to accept the consequences of saying that. Fashion is indeed felt as a word that can make people look deeper. Especially when we do something and what we do becomes our fashion. But is it true that we still want to talk about fashion issues when working on those fashions? But because the income from doing fashion does not meet our daily needs, do we still want to stick with the fashion? Meanwhile, on the one hand, we also get better offers with better income, even though these offers are not in accordance with our fashion. No matter how much someone knows about their fashion, there are other factors that must also be considered. For example, can we get a good life when we do the fashion? Will the fashion still be a fashion if we do it every day? Only for the sake of money is fashion needed by the job market, because every life choice always has consequences. Because life is not just choosing, but how these choices can impact our future. If you later choose to follow fashion, you have to be in one package with the commitment. You have to have a guess, not just talk about fashion. One thing we must remember: to support our family is mandatory. Be responsible. Don't let us lose our way or take a wrong step. Business according to fashion is okay. You can go ahead, but you don't have to, although of course it's very fun. If we can do according to what we like and we are paid properly with the fashion. The concept of Ikigai also discusses this. But to be honest, not everyone can reach that stage. But let's return to the matter of fashion. Have you found your fashion? Are you sure it's fashion, or maybe it's just a momentary pleasure? Whether the factory respects our fashion and is willing to pay us properly, whether the output of the fashion is better than others, that's what we have to think about. For example, there is one field that at first we consider mediocre, but from there we can have an income of at least 100 million per month. I'm sure our fashion will slowly emerge in that field. Now, for friends who are married, remember your children and wife need to eat every day. Our life will go on. It is not certain that our fashion life can produce. While responsibility as alimony is absolute, let's think about it again. But even if you are stubborn, keep working on your fashion. You really have to do the math, especially when you choose to do fashion and leave your current job. Don't let your family fall apart because of economic factors that are no longer fulfilled, because doing fashion, just like doing other jobs at the beginning, will not produce anything. I think you can afford it if at first it doesn't produce. Maybe you already have enough savings or not. If later at the beginning you do the fashion. For those of you who don't have a family, you still have to count. Don't get caught up in words because you're still young. You have to know how long it took you to learn, how long it took you to fail, and when you can have income. Because sooner or later you will get married, and when you get married it is clear that life will be very different. What I suggest is mending. Look for a business that can earn easy income to grow and not too much trouble. Starting from there first. Nowadays it's much easier to make money than to find a job. Or if you're working now, you can run your fashion on the sidelines when you're working. Simple. Don't make it complicated. After later income in fashion that can sustain your life. Or the income is greater than your job. There you can choose whether you want to keep working there or you leave the job. To grow your fashion, don't let you have to choose a job that doesn't generate income. It's called working and doing business, indeed something very complex, and the complexity will never run out. Nothing is always fun and challenging. We must always make peace with the chaos and problems that are always there, from unreliable work partners, annoying bosses, and all the problems that happen in life. Don't give up too easily because of a problem that comes in our business or work. Don't judge other people's work too easily from a post on social media, because it could be that post when the business is in debt. Meaning real life is not as sexy as life in social media posts. There is a saying, do what you love, but if you can't love what you do. Maybe some of us used to date. Maybe once said to find such thing as true love, but if you are a wife and we are married, then make that wife a true love. The same goes for a field or business that is clearly producing. Whether we like or don't like fashion or don't like fashion, it's a good idea for us to start loving our field and business, and put our fashion there, so it's better to stop saying follow fashion and start working.